everyone, so I'm here today with my bunny Martha, and I thought that Martha could come and join us for this story. Now this story is going to be read by Mrs. West, and it's a story all about guinea pigs. And me and Martha love guinea pigs, don't we? Yes, we do. So I thought maybe she could come and sit here while I listen to Mrs. West read her story all about guinea pigs.
Hello rainbows, I'm here to read you a story. I'm going to read a story about the guinea pigs who are being looked after beautifully at the moment by Logan. That's why I brought these two. So I'll sit them on my knee and I'm going to read you My Best Friend Bob by Georgie Ripper. We've got lots of guinea pig books, haven't we? But this is a story. Brian the guinea pig lived in a nice comfy cage in Pete's pet palace with his best friend Bob. They look a bit like our guinea pigs, don't they? Brian had short shiny fur which he was very proud of. Bob had long tufty fur which he didn't really think about all that much. The two little guinea pigs spent their days doing what guinea pigs do best: eating, sleeping and playing I Spy. In our guinea pig's case, eating, sleeping and being cuddled all day. Brian was terribly good at I Spy and almost always won with clever words like budgerigar and dog food. One day, Brian and Bob were busy playing when a little boy walked into the shop. I spy with my little eye, said Bob. But before he could finish, the little boy reached into the cage and picked him up. I want this one, he said. I shall call him Fluffy. Brian watched as Bob was put into a cardboard box with holes in the lids. He just had time to wave goodbye and Bob was gone. Suddenly the cage felt really big and empty. Oh dear, sighed Brian, I shall really miss Bob. And he trundled off to find a peanut to cheer himself up. But he didn't cheer up at all. In fact, every day Brian missed Bob more and more. And every day he felt more and more miserable. Then one day Brian was sitting in his cage feeling very glum when he noticed an old man peering down at him. The man picked him up and smiled. He's just what I was looking for, he said, and he put Brian into a box. At first Brian was super excited. Maybe there will be other guinea pigs in my new home, he said to himself. He began to whistle and felt more cheerful because they don't like being on their own, do they? But that evening he found himself all alone. I wonder what's happened to my best friend Bob, whispered Brian. He's probably forgotten all about me now. And he wiped away a tear and went to crawl in the straw. The next morning Brian hadn't even opened his eyes when he felt his box being lifted up. What's happening now, he grumbled, and he was so unhappy he drifted back to sleep. A little while later, Brian was woken by a buzz of excited voices outside his box. Oh, bother, he said crossly. Can't I at least have some peace and quiet? Then suddenly the lid was lifted off his box. Brian looked up to see a little boy smiling down at him. The boy picked Brian up and gave him the biggest hug he'd ever had. Oh, thank you, Grandad, he said. He's just what I wanted. I shall call him Snuffles. The little boy put Brian into his new hutch. Brian stretched out and sniffed the air. That's funny, he said, and he sniffed it again. As Brian watched, a pile of hay in the corner started to move, and all of a sudden, Brian! Bob! Brian was so excited to see Bob that he thought he might just burst with happiness. That evening, sitting together in their hutch playing I Spy, the two little guinea pigs had almost forgotten that they had ever been apart. I spy with my little eye, said Bob, something beginning with... But Brian was already fast asleep. And our guinea pigs, Marshmallow and Coco, would be really sad if they weren't together, wouldn't they? So that's the end of the guinea pig story. And later on this week, I'm hoping to read Goldilocks and Just the One Bear, which I know you all really like. Bye.
Wasn't that a lovely story, Martha? Did you enjoy it? I know, I enjoyed it too. It was really good. I think my favourite part is when they were reunited, when they went back into the hutch and they found each other. I think that is really nice. Now, Martha doesn't actually have a friend in her hutch. Normally bunny rabbits do like to live with other people, but Martha, she was a little bit bullied when she was little, which is why she was up for adoption. And I adopted Martha. That's why she doesn't have any other bunny friends, but she does have us as friends, don't you, Martha, to keep her company. So Martha likes to come in and have lots of strokes, but normally she does live in the garden. So my challenge to you is to write a letter, either to Martha, my bunny, or to Coco or Marshmallow, the guinea pigs which live in rainbows, to tell them all about what you're doing at the moment. And then they can read your letters and maybe they can reply. And you can definitely see that Martha is very friendly, so I'm sure she'd love to see all of your letters or drawings or pictures, whatever you're getting up to at home. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much to Mrs. West for reading that story to us. It was amazing. Did you love it? Yeah, Martha absolutely loved it. So thank you very much. If you do have any questions or comments, please do leave them down in the comments below, and we will see you really soon. Bye. Are you gonna say goodbye? Gonna go see? Are you gonna say goodbye, Martha? Maybe, maybe not. You're so cute.